Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Chelseafc podcast. This is your boy Tabuko. I'm with Koi. Big up, bro. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. Overall, what are your thoughts about the game?
Yeah. Before I address it, let me address the lap thing that people are attacking the guy left, right, center. People have to understand that we have types of strikers. The likes of Joao Pedro, the likes of Hugo Ekitike, Jackson, they are those ball playing flair kind of strikers. And Delap is the traditional type of striker, like the Diego Costa types of strikers, like the similar to maybe even Jokeres type of strikers. And those type of strikers, they are not much involved in gameplay like Erling Haaland. You don't see Haaland dropping deep to link up to do one touch. Is when the chances are created, that's when usually you see them scoring. And to be frank, yes, he missed one or two chances, but most of the chances that the ball was played to the guy, they were balls that were stretching, overstretched. I remember Neto crossed the ball and Delap had come shots, but Neto had crossed it far posts. So it will take time for them to get used to playing with a more traditional number nine. If you realize with Joao Pedro, they are more comfortable because his movements and gameplay is similar to Jackson. But the advantage of Joao Pedro is that he knows how to score. He knows how to shoot. His shooting techniques are very, very effective. So they should cool down on the lap. We need two strikers. We can't rely on one striker alone. We need both of them firing if we are going to achieve great things this season. But onto the game, yes, I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Initially, I was worried that because they've stayed on for 3 weeks, probably they'll be a bit, they'll not be too sharp. They'll be a bit leggy, a bit lazy, which is understandable. But they proved me wrong. The coach rotated too very well. So I like the energy, the sharpness, the intensity, like they trying to maintain the level or even raise the level. So overall, I'm a very happy guy.
100%. I agree with you in terms of Liam Delep situation. I think our fans are too harsh. It's still early, man. Let's just forget about that situation. So he'll do well. It's still early. So overall, like you said, bro, I think we played very well. Estava, man, man, what a player! What a player! So let me just read the comments before I go on. Like here, J Tapia says, hopefully that number 9 cost doesn't get too delayed. I felt like he could have scored twice, but overall played well. Same goes to all the new players like Astaval, Pedro, Esugo, Santos, Hato, and Gittins. And Nas Ali says, where is Enzo? Where is Enzo not
Why? I
playing?
think it's why it's not Enzo not playing. I think is what Zen says. Why is Enzo not playing?
Yeah, I think maybe he rested him. Enzo was there. So he wanted to see maybe Esugo and Andre Santos. So
Yeah,
that's why maybe he didn't
I
play. So
totally agree. I totally agree because we need to rotate. You see, we've played a long season and we didn't have much of a break, and we went for a tournament and we won, and we are resuming within less than 3 weeks. So if you are the coach, you have to really manage the load of the players. So that's why I was in our earlier streams, I was like, if we are going to excel this season, is how effective the coach uses the other players on the bench, which are also quality players. How he rotates, that's what is going to help save our season. If he decides to stick to one lineup consistently, we'll be in trouble. But if some games, I'm not saying change the entire 11, no, but you change one or two players, slight rotation, so that those on the bench, even when if let's say a first team player is not fit enough to play, when they come in, they will be equally sharp. Their drop off will not be much. But if the bench options you don't utilize them, they'll become dull. And then when you bring them onto the pitch, it will take so much time for them to, be very effective. So I don't blame him not starting Enzo. I'm very happy he took off Palmer Caicedo immediately after 45 minutes because the season is about to start. The season starts, I think, next week, right? Yeah, I think it starts next week. So it's important that we rotate, we give other players, especially the first team players, a lot of rest because Crystal Palace is. I'm sure we are going to do a preview, but Crystal Palace is not an easy team to beat. Oliver Glasner is a very very good coach, so it's good we rest our players and avoid any further injuries to our first team key players. So Enzo not playing, I'm not worried. I'm happy he rested. I'm actually very very happy.
100%, bro. I agree with you. I think let us chill. We
But do
ended.
you want to address the comment on what he said? Hopefully the number 9 cares doesn't get to the lap. What
No,
Jay Tapia said.
yeah. Like I said, I think in terms of Lem Delep, he'll do very well. So the number 9 T-shirt doesn't matter for me because we had Tabi Abraham was doing very well when he was wearing number 9 T-shirt. So overall, it's just a number. But I know Chelsea fans are scared of that number due to
Yeah,
the likes of Lukaku, Torres, you name them, especially Torres, man. The time we signed Torres from Liverpool, I was so excited. And oh my gosh, those few months, he was horrible to watch. But at the end of the
yeah,
day, we won the Champions League and the Europa League because of his contribution. So um, I'm not gonna talk about the number
yeah.
nine
No, but
T-shirt.
yeah, but even with Torres, he had recovered from an ACL, and Chelsea went to go and buy him after that ACL. That's what I'm hoping will not happen to Cole because after he comes, he may need a bit of time to get back to his level. But the number 9 case, I don't subscribe to it because Delap is a type of striker similar to, as I said, the Erling Haaland type of strikers. They are not going to, flick the ball over the top like Joao Pedro or Isaac or Jackson would do. But they are the type of strikers that if you create the chance, they will most likely score. And this team are now learning to play with a traditional striker. But if you realize with Joao Pedro, it's easy for them because they are used to playing with a striker who will vacate the space, who will release the ball, who drop deep and all those things. But Delap is more or less like a box striker. You understand? And it's good to have two different type of strikers because in certain games, Delap will come in for us. In certain games, Pedro may not be at his best, but the profile of the lap may be more suitable for certain games. So it's good to have um, more than one way of approaching a game. I don't know why some Chelsea fans are so fixed with no, it's Pedro over the lap. I don't care who plays. All I care about is that they are all performing. If two of the strikers are scoring 15 goals each, that is good. If Pedro is scoring 15 goals in the Premier League, Delap is scoring 15 goals in the Premier League, that pushes us higher up. So, as Maresca said, I'm not so obsessed with one player scoring 40 goals, but rather the goals being distributed across board because as they grow together, as they play with each other, gradually their numbers will increase. It will definitely increase. So, I'm not here. I'm seeing people saying Neto will sit on the bench. Bro, it's good to have quality all over. Why are we so allergic to having quality players? Like, I don't care whether Neto or Estaval, they are all quality players. So I'm happy to have quality. I'm so happy to have quality. That's the important thing. So that if one player is injured, you are not too worried that the bench option cannot deliver. So because we need everybody this season, we need everybody. We can't rely on only one single player because fatigue may come into play in our early matches. Injuries too may come. I'm not wishing for injuries, but you have to accept that that is part of football. So having everybody doing well, having players who are also quality, who have the potential to even replace the first team players is such a bonus for us. So I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of Neto on the bench. The lap out. Oh, bro. Chelsea fans, calm down. Calm down, please.
100%. Big up to Tapia again. It says, should Chelsea sell Viega since Lavia is injured? If so, who would you want to see, and who do you think the directors will get? I'm guessing Silva, but expecting Bernard Barichila to start and also Mina backup. Um, what are your thoughts, bro? I'll answer that right now.
Okay. So to address it, from what Mariska said, it looks like he and Viega, that's their relationship is over because he didn't mention Renato Vega. So I think that chapter is over for Renato Vega. And Fabrizio keeps on emphasizing again that um like those players in Kunku, Jackson, it's over. They they'll be leaving, like they'll be going. So I think that chapter is over. So as the manager said, we need a new centre back. That's someone to replace Cole. But the question is, I don't really have so much players off the top of my head. I'm seeing people saying Bastoni, but Bastoni is more of a wide centre back rather than a central centre
Exactly.
back. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
That's my issue. Even with me, I wanted in Kepia, but I think I've changed my mind. I think we need a center back that can play centrally. So even in Kepia can play as a wide center back. We don't need that. We need a central back.
exactly.
So so
That's
hopefully.
I'm so sad we didn't get Dean Housen. If we had gotten Dean Housen, I'm sure this issue wouldn't have been much of a problem at all. But we couldn't get Dean Housen because Dean Housen, you see those profile of centre backs, they are not that many in the markets. Frankly speaking, most of the centre backs we have out there are like wide defenders, or but they're not like players that have a very good range of passing and all that. So I'm sure we'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll figure a way out. But I'm not also in a rush to go and spend money on a defender because the last time we rushed to go and sign a defender was Disasi, which even before he was coming, I was so not happy because I knew this guy is so limited, so limited for the style we want to implement. So I think if they are not going to get a quality replacement, I think they should how do you call it? They should take their time and let's see how Badiashile will do and all that. Because we also stuck in defense, frankly speaking. We need to sell. People forget that, but per the UEFA rules, we need to sell a couple of players, especially those players that we registered in the conference league. We need to sell them so that we can register the new players we bought. Hence why we are trying to, if you notice, a lot of the players that featured in the conference league are the ones we are trying to sell actively so that we can use their slots for the new players that we've signed. So I'm not so much in a rush. We just have to probably adjust our system because of Cowell's absence. We will probably have to adjust a bit, but I trust Maresca to find a way around it. Yeah, I trust. Yeah, indeed, you're right. You're right. J Tap, you're right. Yeah. Said J Tap, he was the one who made the first to leave, bro. I would keep him, but he rocked the boat and sometimes. Yeah. Gabriel, you're right. Gabriel, you're absolutely right. Because I think he and the manager's relationship, I'm alleging. I'm not saying I know, but I'm making an inference that probably their relationship is distorted. I don't think they are on good terms. Of course, it won't come out, but I probably think they're not on good terms. So for Renato Vega, I think it's over. I think it's over. I think his time in Chelsea is over. So if the manager is saying he wants new centre back, let's see what the market will offer. But if we don't get a quality centre back, I think they shouldn't rush and go and buy a low grade kind of centre back because we are already stuck in that position. We have so many players in that position as we speak because we have someone like Fofana who is injury prone, fine. We have Tosin, we have Chaloba, we have a Champon, we have Anselmino, we even have Gerald Hatu can even play that position. So unless a centre back is leaving, it will be hard to add another one. unless someone leaves. So the question will be, who is going to leave? That's the question.
Yeah, let me address this question. He says, "Oh, he's talking with Topia. Say he was the one who made a fool to leave, bro. I wouldn't keep him, but he rocks the boot and seems like he wants to go. Yeah, we just saw the reports now that no matter what, Renato Vegas leaving Chelsea. So anyway, guys, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. So let's go to the match stats right while we are watching. Chelsea had 24 shots. Bayer Lervekusen had 4. Wow. We had 9 shots on target. They had 2. We created 4 big chances and we missed 3. That's a lot, man. And they create 0 big chances. So that's a lot, man. I think we should do better than this. So are you concerned?
Oh, as in terms of the finishing?
100%.
Well, in terms of the finishing, I think let's give it time. Let's give it time, because I'm looking at our players before this season. We didn't have a lot of players that can shoot outside of the penalty box. We had to rely on players that, the only ones who were shooting were Madueke. And Madueke, before he can shoot, it takes a lot of time for him to sort out his feet. But right now, if you look at the team, Estaval can shoot from distance, Pedro can shoot from distance, Delap can shoot from distance, Palmer can shoot from distance, Getting can shoot. So we have a lot of players that now we don't need to enter the penalty box. So I think this is not a major issue. I think, and they are new, so they are gradually understanding each other's movements. The system and the structure is there, but the chemistry will take time. As I said earlier, for instance, Neto made a cross, but Delap had dropped deep to evade or escape the defender, but Neto rather went crossed it to the far end. You understand? So it will take time for them to understand each other's movements. But overall, I don't think this is a cause for concern. Overall, I don't think there's a cause for concern at the moment, unless in the first 10 games we are seeing them actively miss chances. No. But for now, I don't see it as much of an issue currently as we speak. I think we have very good ball strikers, and we will score a lot of goals this season. We will score a lot of goals this season. That I'm sure of. So for now, I'm not concerned. For now, I'm not concerned.
100%, bro. So let me share something right now, right? I don't know what's up with my mic. Okay, let me share this as we're talking. Can you see? It says the intention is still for Renato Vega to leave Chelsea despite the Levi Colwell injury. So you can see right now, there's no way.
I think it's over. Chelsea fans should just accept it. It's over. I think Viega could have probably played that role well, because I think he's very good on the ball. For that one, his ball playing skills is very. I watched him in Portugal as the left centre back, becoming the CCB, or the central centre back, and he was so good on the ball, so good on the ball. The passing range was there, similar to Cole. But I think behind the scenes, he and the manager's relationship is distorted, just like Joao Felix. I think when these guys asked to leave on a loan, probably it really hurts the manager, because for Viega, he said, "Oh, thanks to Chelsea, you have gotten a first call up to Portugal, and he's going to get more minutes, because you have to rotate. The way football is currently and the number of matches that we play, you can't rely on a fixed lineup of 11 players every single game. So in certain matches, you may have to start, let's say, Hato over Cucurella. Not so many changes, but just 1 or 2 changes. In every game, you may have to make those kind of changes so that you manage the load of your quality players, so that at least you preserve your quality players for the big games. You understand? So it's not every match that Palmer has to play 90 minutes. Certain matches, if you have killed it, take Palmer off, rest his legs. We know how key these players are. Caicedo, it's not every match he has to play 90 minutes. If you are winning the match, is sealed, take them off. Take them off. Keep the hunger of those on the bench, on. Because if those on the bench realize that, oh, I'm also getting playing time, they'll be hungry to, impress and deliver. So this season, if we are going to really do well, it depends on the rotation Maresca makes, how well he rotates the team and still win matches despite the rotation. If he's able to find that balance well, if he's able to get that balance, we are good to go.
100%. Big up, Charles. How are you?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Before we ask you about the transfer talks, what your thought about the game? Did you enjoy the game? And also, which player was stand out for you?
I enjoyed the game very much. I think we played extremely well. Esteval, first half, he was on fire, unstoppable, really good stuff. Got his goal, linked up well with Palmer. Second half, Jamie Gittens, he could beat his man at will, man. That was really impressive. Liked what I saw from him. Joao Pedro looks like he's here to, end our striker wars. He's here to score goals. I just see him scoring goals, man. He's so good. Yeah, so fantastic game. Really liked what I saw. We played really well. Good intensity, positives, lots of positives to take from the game.
And then what about Liam Delep? Are you concerned because we saw some comments on X, fans complaining about Liam Delep already? What are your thoughts? Are you concerned, or it's still early to complain?
No, not concerned. It's early days. It's a different striker to João Pedro. João Pedro can play across the front line, so naturally you'll see him maybe be busier, link up play with the attacking midfielders, the wingers. He will drop. He'll drift out wide. He will drop, get the ball. So yeah, I don't expect Delap to do much of that stuff, but when he gets his chances, he'll start finishing them. It's too early to write him off. Slow start a bit, yeah, but nothing to be concerned about. Still preseason. I expect him to actually do better when the season starts and finish his chances. So nothing to worry about for now.
I agree. I totally agree with you, bro. I don't know. Actually, so I don't know. Maybe football Twitter, we are so obsessed, like immediately hit the ground running. But I'm looking
Yeah.
at the lap. I'm looking at him being a different profile to Joao Pedro. You see, I don't want to have two strikers who are the same type of players because, as I said earlier, in certain matches, you may require that strength of Delap, bullying defenders and all that. So I don't know. Chelsea fans are too much in a rush. I think
Yeah,
they
too,
should
too,
calm down.
too, too,
It's-
too judgmental, too early.
exactly. They passed too many judgments, way too. I was seeing so in Gittins, yes. I was so impressed. Like he was dribbling effortlessly. Like and he's when he's dribbling his head, he's raised his head so he knows that okay, the chance he created for Estaval, like he dribbled 1-2 and immediately releases the ball. So it was a breath
Yeah.
of fresh air. I don't want to, pile on Madwiki, but Madwiki sometimes, even to control the ball, even I'm seeing the Arsenal fans even talk about that. Even the ball control, it takes him some time. And
The,
sometimes he
the
will
close
dribble.
close control. Yeah, it doesn't have the close control of the
True,
ball.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
takes
So
a bit of touches. Yeah, but when you look at Gittins, that was a breath of fresh air, dribbling with
Yeah,
his
frankly speaking.
and putting in the right pass. Really promising cameo that he showed.
But in
It's
comes
still
Ganacho.
Koi. It's it's
Yeah.
it's it's still early, man. With Gittings are going to show some people flames. That guy is so good. I've watched him at Dortmund. He was doing very well, and the reason why he regressed is because the coach played a different system. Now he's going to play the system that he likes at Chelsea. I'm going to tell you right now, that guy will cook, man. Jamie Gittings, it's a ball. I can see already him and Estafar, man. So far, so good. Koi, are you still there? Okay, okay. Charles, are you still there, right?
Yeah, I'm still there. Yeah,
Okay,
I think
okay. Let me read this quote from Enzo Maresca, right? Says it's a priority for me to get a new center back. We will see if we can. We will see if we go for it. So overall, the coach made it clear publicly that he wants a center back. I think he wants a similar center back like Levi Colwell, personally. So overall, which center back do you have in mind that can replace him?
mm, mm, mm. The center back. Uh, for me, the center back has to be experienced. The center back has to be, a leader. That center back that you are supposed to get cannot be a project center back, like a very young center back that we need to develop slowly and bring him in, reintegrate him slowly. We have a lot of those currently on our bench. We have Josh Achempong, we have the Anselminos. So I think we have to bring in someone good enough to come straight into that team and make a difference. Names, names. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. There's a lot of good left center backs on the market. We were talking about them earlier in the stream. There's obviously number one would be Bastoni. I think is the best left center back in the world right now. Um, you can also look at names like Inka P, who was playing for Leverkusen today, plays for Leverkusen. Ecuadorian, like I said, though, really, really strong center back, really, really good, commanding, good physicality, aggressive, good passing. So I would look at him as well. Uh, Mark Gray, I have my doubts about him. Then I have my doubts about Mark Gray. Then who else? Who else? Murillo from Forest.
Morello,
Ah,
man. I like him, but again, you know my issue with Morello, right? It's
ah.
going to it's going to cost us around 70, 80 million with Morello. That's my issue. Is a Premier League proven is a Brazilian, and bro, Brazilian players are not cheap. So that's the issue. But again, if you go for him, it's not my mind. I wouldn't mind Morello. I like him. Uh, my only issue with Boston, right? My
I
only
don't think
issue, my only issue with Boston, right? In my personal opinion, it's not. It doesn't play with two center backs. Always Inter Milan plays with three center backs, and is always playing wide. So, do you think we need him? I don't think he will fit very well what we do at Chelsea.
what do you mean when you say he's always playing wide? He's playing as a left center back in a back three, right?
Yeah, in a back three. And do we play with three center backs?
Yes, actually, we do, bro. Um, out of possession. Okay, let me start with in possession. In possession, our shape requires one of the fullbacks to get into midfield in possession. So, in possession, we actually go with a back three. Then, out of possession, that's when that fullback that inverts into midfield moves back into the defense and makes it a back four. So since we do like we did, you actually set up the lineup for the game. You set up how we were going to play. So in that three, when you pushed Gusto up front, down the flank on the right hand side, when you push Gusto on the right hand side, Bastoni would be the left center back where Kukurea started, where Kukurea was playing. During the game, he was getting into midfield and all, but uh, you would push Bastoni. If we had Bastoni, you would play him there. Then you would play maybe Tossing in the middle. Then you would play maybe Chaloba in the at right center back. Then you'd pick a fullback. If you're using Kukurea, yes, you would be dropping out of position to make it a back four, then moving into midfield. If you're using a right center back, you'd use Rich James. So yeah. Where Kukurea started during that, where Kukurea is, yes, that's why you would play Bastoni. Because out of possession, we actually set up like that. So do you get where it fits in now?
Let me just demonstrate here what you want. I will see here Fernandez, right? Enzo here, and we have Caicedo here. We have
Yes.
Bastoni. Means something like this.
Yes, something like that. Something exactly like that. Where Rhys James, uh, uh, Tosin Ochaloba, same thing. So if we sign a center back, Levi Koi was a starter, and my earlier comment was that if we sign a center back, it has to be someone who's going straight into the lineup and provide the quality and leadership that we need right now. So we can't use Tosin and Levi Koi both. So uh, we can't use Tosin and Chaloba both. So I would put Chaloba in the center there instead of Tosin. I'd put
No,
Chaloba.
no, no, no. I don't think Chalaba is comfortable playing as a center back, in my own opinion. So that role requires that's why I say we need a specialist like Levi Corway. I think that person uh, fits Torsen and Levi Corway at the moment in Chelsea. And if Renato Vega was staying at Chelsea, really fits him as well because he can play that role. But with Chalaba, I think he sometimes doesn't like to play those risky pass. So that so that's my only issue with Tero Chalaba. Playing as a wide center back, Tero Chalaba, I think is perfect for him. So that's my take, bro. I hope you understand that, but we have different opinions. But I don't think Tero Chalaba really plays well in the center back.
Okay, no, I hear your opinion. Obviously, Tossing's much better on the ball. He's more suited to the center back role, but Chalobah can also, in my opinion, Chalobah can also play there and just keep things simple in other games. So if we went with tossing like it is now, you've seen Rich James would be the right center back, like he played today when he came on in the second half. He wasn't overlapping, no, he was in the back three, cleaning up, uh, stifling the wingers. Yeah. So in this setup that you've made, Kukurea is in midfield. Is inverting into midfield from fullback. So that's in possession. Out of possession, he would be moving back to where Bastoni is, and Bastoni would be moving more centrally. I think that can fit even with Chaloba. If Bastoni moves centrally, even alongside Chaloba, it can work out because Bastoni is also very good on the ball and can play that center back role as well. So he would fit in perfectly, in my opinion. I don't know what you think. So if we're using like you've put it now, yeah, like you've put it now, if we are inverting James in midfield, we would play it with Chaloba as right center back, Bastoni in the middle, and Kukurea would be the left center back. So this would also work perfectly because Bastoni is perfectly capable of playing in that center back role. He's very comfortable on the ball, very good passer of the ball. He's commanding. He's a leader. He can fit in that role as well.
I hear you. And also, what about his salary? At the moment, I think he's earning around 200K at Inter Milan. Do you think Chelsea will get him on those wages? You know our club, the way we so smart in terms of payments and
Yeah,
structure. Do you think
yes,
we'll do that
yes.
to a center back?
No, no.
That's
I don't
another
think
thing.
I don't think we'll pay him over 200K. I also think some of these Italians don't like to move from Serie A. We've previously been interested in that Barella guy, and he wasn't comfortable leaving Italy. So there's not many Italians in the Premier League. So I don't think he wants to leave. I don't think he would leave if even if we went for him. So yeah, that's just an option. That's just my dream center back, left center back that I would sign. But realistically, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I think like you said, Chelsea needs to be smart when they sign a center back because it won't be easy. It won't be easy getting a center back, a perfect replacement for him. So,
I, I think they are going to get Gray.
mm, Gehi,
Yes, I think they are going to get Mark Gray at Crystal Palace. He's our academy graduate. It's the easier deal to do. It's the easier deal to do. We've got a sell on close. We can also match any offer that goes in for him. I think they're going to get Mark Gay. I don't know if he's the best option. I personally I wouldn't like him, but that's the deal I see us going for. That he's been linked with us for some time now, and it's also Liverpool are also interested in him. So Interesting to see how things develop in the next few weeks, but I would put Gray as the most likely option that these guys are going for, because it's an easy deal to do. We can do it under 40 million, 40 million maximum. He has only a year left on his contract at Crystal Palace, so that's the deal I see us going for.
And also remember, we have a silent clause on 20% on Magui's contract. So that means we can get a 20% off when we buy him. Like you said, I
Yeah,
think it is the more sensible transfer that we can do. But at the same time, I'm not sure about Gay, man. I like him, but again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
neither am I, bro. He's got some strengths. He's got some strengths of his own. He's quite physical despite his size. He's not very tall, but he's quite physical. He's comfortable on the ball. He won't make crazy passes, but he's really comfortable on the ball. Defends well. Defends on the front foot. He's got an aggressive side. There are some things that make sense about him, but if we sign him, I don't think it would be that need or mover that we need of a CB. Is not you wouldn't be that game changer that we need, but he would do the job. He would do the job, but uh I have mixed feelings on that one. Honestly, I personally think we can do better than Gray. Even Murillo would be better than Gray, in my opinion. I'd get Murillo over Gray, but if we got Gray, I
Murillo
don't
is
think I
going to
would.
be very hard to get, frankly.
Yeah,
Forests, their owner is he scares me. Like, I'm not saying he's a criminal, no, but he gives me that kind of,
Marinaki.
yeah, he gives me that kind of vibe where I feel like, excuse my language, don't fuck with me, or else I'll kill you. That kind of vibe. I get that from him. So I doubt. And all they are even going to sell, they are going to quote a fee where they know we won't pay. You get me?
Yeah, I think
Because
Gray.
look at Gibbs White. Like, how can you? Like, I feel like Gibbs White was even scared. Like, bro, he just signed the contract. It's like, no, it's okay. You, I'll sign. Don't finish my career. I'll sign. Like, I've never seen that before. Like, how can you make a press conference announcing you're signing a contract and the owner is standing beside you like a policeman watching a prisoner? Like, bro, I was like, because if you watch Gibbs White, it's like he's terrified. It's like, yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy, but bro, we all know you're not happy to be there. Let's not lie to ourselves. So yeah, like I think for us to quote a fee that they know we won't pay, a 90 million, 100 million, and honestly, I don't want us to taking out 100 million to buy players anymore, especially players that have not really shown an elite level on a consistent basis. So it's going to be hard. And we just have to probably change the system a bit, tweak the system a bit to
They are
compensate for
going to
Cool.
sign. They are going to sign Mark Gray. It's the easy deal to
No, easy. Very one
do.
thing, yes, leadership, whatever. But one, his heights, I don't like it. People use Thiago Silva as an example, but Thiago Silva was a master of positioning himself well and reading the game 5 steps ahead. So that was compensating for his height. But even Silva acknowledged the physicality in the Premier League and then the pace. And secondly, Guehi doesn't dominate aerially. Silva was very good in the air. Guehi is not exceptional in the air for someone who is short. So, uh, Guehi, I feel like you let's give Badiashile time. Like, you use the players we have for the time being. Let's see how it goes. Because for
They are
Guehi,
going to sign someone, and Gay is the most realistic option. Like
yeah,
I
you're
said,
right. You're right. You're
the
right. It's
deal
like
is much
it's like the
easier.
Ganacho signing. I don't want him, but it looks like it will happen. Like, I'm
Yeah. But
yeah, I'm
it's
just praying
the most
United will say
realistic.
90 million, or we won't agree, and then they'll be like the deal collapsed. I'll be so happy. Or they should just go back for Sancho, 25 million. Talk to Sancho, let him reduce his wages, let him know that okay, Juventus are not going to pay you the money you want. No club is paying. I'm giving you 150
Nah,
million.
man, nah. Sancho
Like,
had a chance, man, to sign for
That
Chelsea.
ship has sailed. Huh?
Yeah,
no,
man.
no. You
I'm
see,
I'm quite I'm annoyed with Sancho. Sancho,
yeah, I get it, but you see, someone like Sancho would, you know, that's a different profile to Gittins. Gittins is a pacey dribbler. Sancho is a slow dribbler. Garnacho's dribbling is terrible. Yes, he
It's not
positions himself
stable.
well in the box to score, but his dribbling is terrible. Like, it's terrible. So I don't see the. I get the idea that okay, he positions himself well in the box like a poacher kind of winger, but outside of that, and do you want to introduce this guy into the dressing room? Like right now, if you look at all the players, they all have this kind of brotherly vibe, even off the pitch and all that. They all have this brotherly vibe that we are all going with, like this peaceful kind of aura. We are all working hard towards a common goal. So I'm praying United. United, if you're listening to me, Ganacho is a top talent. Do not sell him for less than 80 million. Don't agree to anything 30 million from Chelsea. Hold firm. Hold firm. Please hold firm. We beg you. Quote £100 million for Ganacho, please, so that Chelsea won't come again. Thank you
nah,
very much.
Garnacho is going to be a done deal, bro. You know, no matter you like it or not, you suffer Peter
Bro,
Romano.
I'm praying you should feel the medicals, like something. Like,
It won't happen, bro. Garnacho is bound to go to Chelsea, and as much as I don't want him,
oh, if he
I'm
comes, I'll
happy.
support him. Or if he
Look,
comes, I'll support him. But it's a bitter pill, but we'll swallow. It's like medicine. We don't like drugs, but when let's say if you have malaria, you are taking the malaria drugs. Usually, it's quite bitter. So when you put it on your tongue, you just have to take it like that. You don't like it, but you take it. So if he comes, I'll support him. I won't run an agenda or anything. No, I'll support him and hope he improves and all that. But I'm praying
I
United,
feel it.
please be firm with your negotiations. Go and be like Napoli, like how Osimhen they struggle to get him to Ghana. Like, be firm. And Chelsea to go last minute, please go on the 1 hour to time so that they'll reject us and the deal will fail. Please. So United, please, in this area, I support you. Don't sell him for cheap. Quote 100 million. Quote 100 million. I know personal terms are agreed, but quote 100 million. Garnacho deserves more money so that I can go and buy Baliba with 100 million. So please, United, stand firm. Don't cave into Chelsea's pressure, please. Oh, like, look at how this team is. Like, this team is so likable. Like, the players, everyone. Like, bro, I don't know why Paul Winstanley wants to forcefully add Garnacho. Like, why? Winstanley, why? Because this one, it's clear. Everyone from the sources are all saying Winstanley is a strong admirer of Garnacho. So why? Why? Winstanley, why? Why? Go get Sancho for 25 million. It's better. Two different profiles on the wings. I don't want the same profile of player on the wing. Speedster. No, a speedster and then a different profile. Like on the right, Estaval is not as pacey as Neto is. So it's different varieties. Certain games you may need Neto, certain games you may need Estaval. That is why those saying, oh, Neto will be on the bench throughout the season. I'm like, bro, you've watched football for a long time. You should know that it doesn't work like that. There are certain games Estaval will not have a good game, and
And
Neto will have a good game.
Estevao is pretty versatile. He can play in many different positions in that attacking line. He can play as a touchline winger like Neto, like he did in the first half. Then he can also play in the right half space, like Palmer, where Palmer plays. He can also play in the left half space, the way he
Oh yeah,
played in the
yeah, yeah.
second half.
I noticed the rotation with Palmer, and it was so seamless. It was so flexible. It wasn't. It didn't feel
Yeah.
forced because you see with Noni again. I'm not hitting on Noni, please. I think the guy has potential if provided he changes his attitude and focus. He has potential, but with Noni, Palmer is forced to stay in the middle because Noni is so not good in the central areas or in their pockets. But with
Yeah,
Estavao,
yeah.
they are able to
It's
switch
very
easily.
good in the pocket.
Yeah, easily. And it was so flexible, like it's almost like it fits perfectly. Because at one point I saw Palmer on the wings, Estavao in the middle. And another time I saw Estavao on the wings. So it was just seamless rotation. Like it was so nice to watch, honestly speaking. And I think that's the manager's vision for them. That they'll be rotating. So every game and the type of players we will use, it's not every match that certain players will play. Certain matches you have to change the attack a bit. So you get Xavi Simons and then it's okay. We're okay. We're okay. Neto can even play on the left too. In addition, you keep George there as backup or something, third backup or something
No, no. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding
like
me?
like I bring
George,
Garage
Derek George. You saw what Derek George do. 3 points rugby. Astafan gave him a nice ball, and he just showed it like a rugby
oh
player.
no, I don't want to be too harsh on him because I feel like he didn't get.
I'm
I
kidding.
don't. I
I'm
feel like
joking. I'm
yeah, I
joking.
know, I know. But I feel like he didn't get the contact well. And it's the first game. I think they will get it right. I think this season Chelsea will score a lot of goals. I'm just praying that Sanchez can continue his good form and not make silly mistakes that will cost us the game. Because that's football, frankly speaking, goals change matches. If you are playing against a team that is parking the bus and your goalkeeper makes a mistake and you concede, the team that are parking the bus have no reason to attack again. You
So,
understand?
so
So
guys. So,
yeah.
what do you thought about Jimmy Gittings?
Oh, I'm so I didn't. I've only watched clips and I only watched him against Barcelona. And when I watched him against Barcelona, I was so impressed. I was watching that match because of Chukwuemeka, but Gittins caught my eye. I was like, wow, who is this guy? So when he was linked to Chelsea, I was actually very happy. And then I went to go and watch the clips, the analysis, one or two matches. And so far, what I've seen right now is looking good. Long may it continue. Of course, it's an early start. So I'm not going to get overly, excited or exaggerated or anything. Like let's calm down. The Premier League is going to start. I'm happy Joao Pedro is having the feel of scoring goals, but Premier League is going to start. So let's see how it goes before we start commenting. But so far, he looks good. He looks so exciting. The first touch, like I'm watching Noni, and his first touch is so bad. Like I'm watching it with a friend, and the friend's like, "Who is this guy?" Noni will sometimes control the ball into go. It will go into throw. Like there was one match I was so annoyed. Like they switched the play from Kukurela's end to his end, and he was not under pressure. He was free. Like he had the time to go, and he couldn't control it well. I'm like, bro, come on. So when I see Gittins, I'm seeing they're like the control is so clean. They move with the ball so clean. It's not forced. It's not robotic. It's not mechanic. Like I'm so happy. But so far, Gittins, I'm excited. I'm really really
100%.
excited, and I can't wait to watch our next match. Honestly, I'm so excited.
Yeah, yeah, on Sunday against East Milan. Guys, if you're watching, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Charles, what about you? What are your thoughts about Gittings?
Gittens was really really good. Saw some stuff that was electric. I mean, when we were negotiating with Dortmund for his signature, they interviewed one of his teammates, Karim Adeyemi, and he said Gittens is one of the best 1v1 dribblers he has ever seen. And looking at the performance today, the game today, he was beating his man with ease, like with ease. At every turn, he was beating his man, never afraid to take on his man. And I mean, that's a breath of fresh air. Like we've talked about earlier, he was dribbling with his head high, he was looking for a pass. So I was actually very impressed. I thought initially, I thought his IQ was a bit like Madueke's, where he can dribble and and make a wrong pass, make a wrong decision. That's what I used to think about his IQ. But I mean, it's a small sample size, obviously, but from what I saw today, he could beat a man and put in a good pass, put in a good pass for Esteval. He attempted a shot. So I'm really pleased that I didn't see any of those initial IQ concerns that I had. But in terms of his dribbling, that's the perfect touchline winger that we needed, and it's so refreshing that we have him now. I hope he gets good minutes, he gets good game time. It's a long season. I hope he gets to show his football. I think he's going to develop better than Noni did in the next 2 or 3 years. So it's a really, really exciting one.
100%. Big up, Bobby. How are you, Bobby?
Yeah, hi Tobago. Big up, guys.
Big up, Bobby.
Yeah, interesting exercise today.
Yeah, yeah, very interesting, exciting one.
Yeah, it's it's very positive. Not that we should get too carried away as usual, but it's very positive. We have an exciting forward line. The loss of Levi Colwell, has that been fully compensated for? Well,
No.
I think he might give Josh a bit more of a chance. But left to me, I would have brought back Renato Vega. He wants to play there. I think he's capable of playing there. And he fits the profile. He certainly has the physicality. But let's see what happens. But apart from that, we should be quietly pleased and confident with the team squad we're building. And if we add, well, Garnacho is not really everybody's favorite, but certainly Xavi, Simmons, a lot of people's favorite. We add them to the squad. I think we're ready to give things an honest go. I like the steel in midfield. I like the Sugo. I like what he brought. We all know about Caicedo. Santos was there. I don't know what's happened to Enzo. Is he injured still from that?
No, I don't think he's injured. Maybe Enzo Maresca wanted to check
Rest him a bit more.
Andres Santos and Nsugo.
Yeah, which is fine. Look, we can be mildly confident. To me, the squad feels stronger than it was last season, which is a very
Oh,
positive step.
certainly, certainly.
100%. I agree. I agree.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby, what are your thoughts about Estevan William today?
Well, the kid looks exciting. I liked what I saw. He got a little bit of treatment, which sadly I think Premier League clubs will dish out to him. We know how they like to foul good players. He's a
Yeah.
child. He's still quite slight in stature. So well, we'll wait and see how he takes it. I don't know if these we saw Stuart Atwell. These referees are not going to protect him. The only thing that will help him is that with both him and Cole Palmer and Gittins and hopefully somebody like Simmons, and certainly with the likes of Neto coming in and out, and of course the strikers we have, there's more than enough to keep these defenders occupied. One thing about Chelsea is that you can't man mark them anymore. So the only
Yeah,
Yeah.
answer will be
Yeah.
low blocking.
I agree.
Yeah, and I think we can pick those low blocks now. I like Jamie Gittins a lot. He plays with his head up. That difference was very, very clear when he came on for um, for young
George.
Tyree George. Yeah, Tyree
George.
George, bless him. He really tried today, but he has some developing to do. And Gittins definitely is just that little bit more gifted. But yeah. I mean, we should be quietly pleased, quietly excited. Um, Esteval is surely, he's not phased at all. He was brought to Chelsea to be that guy, and he's
Yeah.
proving he can be that guy.
Yep.
100%. Poi, what about you? What are your thoughts about the Brazilian kid?
Oh, for me, I think people are worried about the physicality, but when I watch the Brazilian teams, I think they are more aggressive and the referees allow more horrendous tackles than in the Premier League. Because some of their matches, even before the Club World Cup, I saw a tackle, I was like, this is a red card in the Premier League. And the referee is like, play on. So I think coming from the Brazilian league, they are also equally very aggressive. Very, very aggressive with nasty tackles. So I think he will settle in well, provided he doesn't get injured. I think he will settle
Well,
in well. But yes, the manager has to, manage him. I get he has to. I get he's very talented, but then again, too, I don't want him, being, forced in to play unless he's performing at an exceptional level where you cannot bench him. Like, but I think he will settle in well in the Premier League, provided he doesn't get injured. Because Chelsea seems like anytime we are getting a player about to hit very good form, then a strange injury will come, like Reece James, Kuwal, Broja, so many players, Odoi, Cheek.
Joy,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm praying for an injury-free season for, if possible, all our players. I'm praying. Or if it's going to be an injury, it should just be a minor one. It shouldn't be an ACL where after they come back, they look some way. Even Bukayo Saka, I'm diverting a bit, but I'm looking at Bukayo Saka after his injury. He's not being the same so far. Even Rodri, he's not being the same so far. So I'm praying for an injury. But provided he doesn't get injured, I'm sure Willian will definitely cement his place as the right winger because he's almost like, I don't say he's cool Palmer, but the creativity is there, the IQ is there, the decision making is there for his age. He's not trying to force the dribbles, because he's Brazilian. Everyone think, okay, every ball he gets, he will take on the man, but he analyzes the situation well. If it's somewhere I have to pass, I'll pass. If it's somewhere I have to dribble, I'll dribble. If somewhere I have to attempt a shot out. So for his age, to have these fundamentals well rooted, I'm impressed, and I look forward to seeing more of him in the team. He did so well so far, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have him.
yeah, I mean, it is just one game, and he certainly looks like a player that's going to be an untouchable in certainly the not too distant future. Um, as I've said, the difference with Premier League defenders and other countries is one, the referees don't protect you, especially if you're a Chelsea player, and two, these defenders are spiteful. Look at the tackle Quenza did
And Palmer, that was
on
so crazy.
Palmer.
If I was Palmer, I
He
would have rubbed my boot on him as I
he
was also falling down. Honestly,
he wanted to hurt him. That was very clear. They do all these spiteful, sometimes career threatening injuries. I've watched many a time close up what they used to do to Eden Hazard. It happens. But yes, however, he's an intelligent boy, he's a God-fearing boy. He knows how to avoid things and to take care of himself as much as possible. And as I've said, the best thing about this is that there's more than one of them. Um, but yeah, he needs to be taken care of by the club. He needs to be protected by the club if he's not going to be protected on the field. But you can see, I can just imagine Kwanzaa, all these type of defenders who can't get anywhere near him will then seek to try and hurt him. But apart from that, he is showing a lot of promise. He's a very good player, and his presence has completely changed the dynamic of our attack.
I agree. I agree. I agree. Right now, you can't focus on only Cole Palmer in Chelsea, or else you'll be punished by the others. I like the dynamics of the team, honestly. It's no more longer a Cole Palmer FC. Of course, Cole Palmer is still one of our best players, but if you focus too much on Cole Palmer, the other players will punish you. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy about the way our team has been set up. I'm so happy. But I'll have to go. Thank you, bro, for having me on. Big up to all of you. Big up to you, Poppy. Big up to you, Chelsea Zambia. I look forward to talking to you guys again. Have a nice day and bye bye.
Thank you,
Bye
Chris.
bye,
See.
bro.
So Charles, uh, what about Baby Caicedo? How did he do? Dario Sugo.
Ah, he was really really impressive in that second half. Wow, wow. He's calm on the ball. It doesn't complicate it that much. He likes to keep it simple. But in the challenges, he's so strong in the tackle. He reads situations very very good. He made a monstrous tackle. That one, like I was like, wow, this guy. So this is the baby guy said. This is the guy who's going to sit. Actually, is going to sit because Maresca made it clear regarding Andre Santos that he sees him more as an attacking midfielder, more like an Enzo, because probably his physicality is not like a Sugo's. So this is a guy that Maresca wants to sit actually to sit when Lavia is out and just keep things simple and make those ball-winning strong tackles that he showed he can do today. It was a really, really impressive performance. I liked I liked everything that he did. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's calm. He's not going to try and complicate things. He's just in there to do a job, a solid job in for that matter. So really, really impressed. I think he adds a lot of steel to our midfield. Our midfield, he makes it stronger. This season, it's clear that we won't have to worry if Flavia is out or is available. We have depth that is quality, not just depth for the sake of it. This guy, Esugo and Andre Santos, they bring quality options in midfield that we can use in case of any issues with our starting midfielders of the likes of Enzo Caicedo and Lavia. So big up to the recruitment team. They've done fantastic to bring these guys in. I think we are good in midfield. Really, really promising what he did today. I'm really excited to see more of Esugo going into the season. So yeah, hugely impressed.
100%. Bobby, what about you?
Yeah, me too. I really, really like Asugo. I mean, you all know me. I like me a tough guy in midfield, and he certainly is that. And the thing I like about him that it's not just physicality. He's technically very good. Yes, he's there. He's tidying up at the back, but he can go forward as well. And I'm pretty sure he has a shot. He has a shot on him as well if he ever gets the opportunity. He is a class act. He's just a duplicate of Caicedo. He really is. The word bringing steel into the midfield. I think it's so important. Chelsea have steel in depth now in midfield, and that is massive. That is massive. Look, boys, if this team stays fit,
Ah,
if they can stay fit this season,
we are
I
tied to
think we can.
challenge.
Yeah, I think we can challenge. I cannot see. much difference between us and the Liverpools and the Arsenals and the Man Cities, and include I will include Man United now. The way they've been recruiting, I really don't see much difference. In fact, in many ways, I fancy us more because we are more mobile, we're more interchangeable, we're not predictable. You know, we can look what happened when Pedro came on. He played on the right, on the left, dropped into offensive midfield, center forward. I mean, he was everywhere. You know, the goal he scored was coming from the offensive midfield position. You know, our wingers are interchanging. It's just a thing of beauty, and it can only get better with time, more integration. You know, I heard some of the commentators wishing that, oh, maybe as the season goes on and we're going into the colder months, because this Chelsea team hasn't rested, they'll start to burn out. I say to the contrary, there's enough squad depth not to burn out and to rotate. And this is the watchword for us this season: quality depth, good rotation. And if we stay fit, we will sustain a very, very high level right the way through the season. And you do that, you win the big prizes for sure.
100%. And with Dario Sogo, I've watched him at Las Palmas last season. He was so fantastic for them. Yes, they got relegated, but overall, him as a player, he was one of their best players. So, man, Usugu, man, I'm happy. Like you said, Charles, Lavia or without Lavia, I think we are covered. But at the same time, hopefully Lavia this season will stay fit, man. We need all our players to be fit, especially in the midfielder. It's so important to have fit midfielders.
He
Now
looked
let's
like
go. Go ahead.
he looked like he looked like he's still injured, Lavia. I saw him on the bench and he was in his clothes, full clothes. So he's probably still injured and will not be ready for the start of the season. But like we are saying, we have the depth, we have the quality to replace him if need be. So we're good. But obviously, I agree with you. We hope he can be more fit this season so that he can also help us. We need all our five midfielders. So yeah,
So, Bobby, what about João Pedro? What are your thoughts about him?
Yeah, João Pedro is definitely going to be the number one striker. You know, he is a class act. Physical, versatile, not necessarily the typical number nine. What I like so much about him is that not since Didier Drogba have we seen a striker come and defend. He defends so well. Set pieces, he's there. And he's bigger than I thought he was. You know, I didn't think he was a very big player, but you see him on the pitch and he's not the smallest, let's put it that way. So physically, he should be able to hold his own. He is a class above, you know, the other striker. I like Dilap, but you can see Dilap's going to take a little time. He's still developing a bit more as well. And definitely, João Pedro is the number one, and Dilap will be floating in and out really while he improves his game. But no, João Pedro's class, absolute class. I'm amazed that it's taken him this long to come to Chelsea because he was at Watford. Everybody liked him there. The big boys kind of snobbed him. Then he went to Brighton, and of course, everybody liked him there. I think he was frustrated at Brighton, hence he had that fallout. I think the fallout was more frustration because he knew he belonged to the bigger boys. And when Chelsea came calling, I think he was very grateful for that. And now he can walk onto the stage that he deserves And with this Chelsea team, wow, he could become a real big star.
100%. Charles?
Yeah, Joe Pedro, man, is so impressive. He's so impressive. He looks like the player that's finally going to end our striker wars, our recent striker failings. He looks like that player. He looks like that guy. I mean, is flexible. He's not just gonna sit there and wait for the ball. No, you drop deep. He will drift out wide. You combine. It looks like you can play all the positions behind him. Actually, he looks like he can play all those positions. So a very mobile guy. He's a fighter. You drop deep to help out in defense. Is just more involved, and in front of goal he looks lethal. He looks like a killer. He had just one chance today and buried it into the corner. So not only are we getting someone who can link with our attackers and all, but we've actually gotten someone who can also score goals. You saw the goals he scored at the Club World Cup. Fantastic goals. Looks like a very good finisher. And I don't expect anything less than 20 goals this season. Fantastic player. We cannot praising me enough. He's made such a promising start to his Chelsea career, and he looks like a fantastic striker. And looks great business on our part. Looked a little bit expensive at the time. Maybe there were complaints. Nah, it's not a typical number nine. He was even seen as the versatile attacker that we've signed to come and play all those positions. But it looks like that will be Xavi Simons, the versatile attacker that we've been trying to sign in the last few weeks. Looks like that will be Xavi Simons. This guy is going to play predominantly as a striker and is going to bang the goals for us. Uh, so really happy, bro.
100%. So, Bobby, we saw Josh Achimpong today playing as a left center back. So overall, what are your thoughts about him playing? And also, I think when he played with Trev, he was playing as a center back. So what are your thoughts about him playing today?
Yeah, sadly, the thing that sticks out in my mind was when he fell over the ball, and the commentator reminding us that, look, if you do that in the Premier League or in a big game, you will definitely be punished. And that is true. But that's a sign of the fact that, as good as he is, how old is he? 19 years old. He's still developing. But I think the important thing here is that it would seem that Maresca has faith in him. And if Maresca really wants him to take that next step, this is his opportunity. Because if he's not calling back Renato Vega, it means that Josh Achipong is very much in the centre back mix. Very much. I rate him higher than Badia Shield. I don't think Badia Shield's quite good enough, and he's never fit anyway. So, Josh, this could be a big season for him if Maresca proves to trust him. But one thing he must be very mindful of is mistakes. I remember his first start at centre back, he kind of made a mistake and a goal was scored. I've forgotten who it was we were playing. And then he disappeared. Maresca didn't really use him for a long time. Yeah, and not that Maresca didn't like him, but he just didn't want him in the firing line. Now he's back, and yeah, he had an excellent game. But that falling over the ball, that little bit of youthful exuberance, is something he cannot afford to do. But Josh, if he is given his chances, and more importantly, if he takes them, he could be walking into yet a very, very, very strong position at Chelsea. And he could, if he really takes his chances, keep Levi Colwill sweating to get back in the team.
100%, Bobby. Let's see what Enzo Maresca and the club will do, because Enzo Maresca made it publicly that he needs a new centre back to replace Levi Corwell. Clearly, he
What?
wants a
So just one thing, what I want to see a bit more of from Josh is his heading ability. Now, I'm not saying he can't do it, but definitely in the Premier League, as a centre back, you've got to be very good at heading the ball, because they'll be throwing those set pieces at you left, right, and centre.
Even
So
throw it. We've got sides like Brentford that are going to
yeah,
be throwing the ball straight into your
like a
into your
corner
goal.
kick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that heading ability, as I'm saying, I'm not saying he can't do it, but we've not really seen that from him yet. And he needs to be very much aware that that will be a demand on him. That's probably why Enzo Maresca is not going to particularly play Jorel Hato as that left centre back. It's because of the aerial threat. Hato is very good with the ball on the ground. Yes, he has a leap on him, but the aerial threat in the Premier League is a little bit more than your average aerial threat. When you have somebody like Dan Burns coming to meet the ball, and you have to be very good in the air. So let's see that. The best thing about Josh is he's 19. He's still growing. He's still growing. He's not really reached his full physicality yet. So yeah, it's very promising from him. Sorry to cut in. I don't know if I.
Charles. What about you? What are your thoughts about Achimpong's performance tonight?
I thought he had a really good game overall. I thought he was good on the ball. He was brave. He likes to be brave on the ball. He likes to actually drive forward with the ball, look for a pass. So I thought he did that brilliantly today. Obviously, there was a slip that could go punished in the Premier League, like Bobby said. So that slip, it's actually been punished before against Bournemouth. Maybe it wasn't a slip, but a moment of lapse in concentration that has been punished before, and he had to be pulled out from the starting 11. He was actually a starter at some point in the Premier League last season. He was starting over guys like Tosin. Yeah, but due to that error that he made, Maresca had to pull him from the heat and just ease him back in slowly. So I think since that time he's developed well. He did well in the Conference League, really really well whenever he played. Um, Next season could be big for him, like Bobby said. It could be big for him. I think he needs more minutes. I think he should get more minutes. Seeing that he's trying to get comfortable. Obviously, last season was the season where he just got introduced into the team, got good minutes, and just felt comfortable around the team. So, if we trust him, if Maresca trusts him, which he seems to do, and doesn't want him anywhere near alone, I think we should give him more minutes this season. With obviously Fofana is not gonna be available. He's gonna be injured most of the season. We also have guys like Badiashile, who's also quite injury prone. So I think Josh could get good minutes this season, even if we sign a left center back like Maresca wants. So for me, we trust this academy player. We fought to keep him, to give him a new contract. We trust him. We don't even want him to go on loan. I think season by season, we're supposed to be giving him more minutes, making him feel more important, um, making him feel a leader in that team, just giving him all he needs to be the player that we ultimately think he can be. So he needs to work on lapses in concentration like he did today, obviously. But overall, still a solid player. I would, like Bobby mentioned also on his areas, I would like to see more of that as well. I don't think we've seen it much. I actually don't think we have an elite defender in the hair. I saw Tosin get bullied in the hair uh, by by Victor Boniface today. I saw Chaloba I saw Chaloba miss a close range header, right? Like just put it in front. So we don't we don't have an elite center back in the hair. I think it's something we should look at very carefully if we are going to sign another center back. Maresca has said he wants a center back. I think we should look at someone who's elite in the hair. Since Thiago Silva left, we've not really had someone as good as him in the hair. So I hope the recruitment team will look at it and we'll see what these guys have to offer. So for me, very happy with Josh. I think I'm confident he can cut out those little errors in his game, and I'm hoping to see him get a bigger role in the team next season.
Yeah, I agree. If we don't send a center back, I think Josh should be given enough time to develop a Chelsea. The final player that we're going to talk about, a new player also, Gerald Hato, 45, played 45 minutes, 88% pass accurate, 100% successful long balls, 100% tackles wall, 100% ground juice wall. Man, another a fantastic signing. Man, we have to give credit to our sporting directors, man. The way they scout these players, they're so good, man. Bobby, what are your thoughts about Gerald Saido's second half performance?
Yeah, I mean, he showed us what he's about. He's more than an able deputy for Cucurella. Just as the commentary was being said, Chelsea were changing players and the level of performance didn't drop at all. In fact, at one point, it even got better. So, yeah, very impressed with him. I can see why he was so highly sought after. And it's a good debut. Very good debut.
Charles, to you before we wrap it up, bro. What are your thoughts about him?
Yeah, it was a fantastic performance from him. Um, One thing I noticed about him is his recovery pace. There was an attack that went by him initially, but the way he recovered to win the ball back and cleanly for that matter, being one of the last few defenders, I think that was really impressive. So it's one of the main attributes that he brings. He's got energy to go up and down. He's a left back, but also solid with very good recovery pace that he can still catch up to attackers that bypass him, bypass the midfield. Yeah, so that was really impressive. He's very good on the ball. He's calm. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's really calm. He can make line breaking passes like he did today. On the ball, nothing to worry about. Off the ball, he was really good. I think we've signed an excellent player to fill in for Kukurea, and I'm excited to see more of him in the coming months.
100%. So thank you, Charles, for coming. Appreciate it, Bobby. Appreciate it. We had Koi, Gabriel on the chat, Tapia, Ali. Also, I think we had two. The last person, okay, we had 3 people on the chat. Appreciate you guys. Update Charles. See you in the next stream. Maybe on Sunday after the game, I might do another stream. So we'll wait and see. Update Charles, guys. Peace.
Go is the Gala. See you.